Unit 2, page 13. Read. Exercise 3. Read and listen to the text.
Surfing Superstar. On the morning of the 31st of October, 2003, Bethany Hamilton set off to go surfing with some friends in Hawaii. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, the sun was shining, and it was a perfect day for surfing on the big waves near the shores of Kauai Island. The 13-year-old surfing star was lying face down on her surfboard, about 300 meters from the beach. She was waiting for the next big wave, and her arms were hanging in the clear blue water. Suddenly, a 5-meter tiger shark sank its sharp teeth into her left arm and shook her backwards and forwards. Bethany gripped her board with her other hand and battled for her life. Finally, the shark swam away, but unfortunately, it took her left arm with it. It also took a huge piece of her board. The attack happened so fast that Bethany didn't even have time to scream. At that time, Bethany was an outstanding teenage surfer and was planning to become professional. As soon as she was attacked, she started worrying about her future career and thought, "Will I lose my sponsors?" Fortunately, her survival instinct took control, and she slowly headed for the beach. Her friends didn't see the attack, and as Bethany started swimming towards them, using only one arm, they thought at first that she was playing a joke on them. Then they saw her terrible wound and rushed to help. Most people take a long time to recuperate from an attack like the one Bethany had. However, 10 weeks after the shark attack, Bethany was competing again, and less than a year after the accident, she won first place in a surfing competition in Hawaii. Before the accident, a lot of professional surfers thought that Bethany was destined to be the women's world champion. Very few of them have changed their opinion.
Unit 2, page 15. Explore. Exercise 3. Listen and repeat. 1,
Played,
2,
cheated,
3,
finished,
4,
kicked,
5,
scored,
6,
competed,
7,
passed,
8.
watched.
Unit 2, page 15. Exploit. Exercise 1. Listen and check.
At the Sydney Olympics in 2000, the biggest cheer from the spectators at the swimming pool came when Eric Musambani finished the 100 meters freestyle. Eric didn't win the event. In fact, his time was 1 minute 53 seconds, the slowest time in Olympic history. Eric, from Equatorial Guinea in Africa, only learned to swim 8 months before he competed in the Olympics. In a tennis match in 1998 between Pete Sampras and Patrick Rafter, Rafter became angry with himself when he missed an easy shot. He gave his racket to Chad Little, one of the ball boys, and shouted, "You play!" Chad didn't know what to do, so he got ready to play the next point against Sampras. More than 10,000 spectators cheered.
Unit 2, page 16. Vocabulary. Exercise 2. Listen, repeat, and check. 1,
Badminton.
2,
Volleyball.
3,
Athletics.
4,
Tennis.
5,
Football.
6,
Judo.
7,
Basketball.
8,
Baseball.
9,
Weightlifting.
10,
Golf.
11,
Ice hockey.
12.
Rugby.
Unit 2, page 16. Listen. Listen to 8 sports commentaries. 1,
We're in the 19th minute of the World Cup final. It's Italy 0, France 1. And Italy have a corner. Pirlo crosses the ball into the box to Materazzi. And he scores! What a goal! Italy have equalised!
Two,
And the 100-metre sprint is about to start. And they're off! Brown had a fantastic start. Brown is in the lead. Powell is just behind him. And here comes Powell. He's passing Brown. Powell wins! It's a very fast time, 9.97 seconds.
3,
What a great shot! The French girl is really hitting the ball hard today. Her opponent can't win a point.
4,
And we're in the final minute of the match. It's 5 goals each. Here comes the Canadian forward again. He shoots, but he misses the goal. The goalkeeper kicks it away with his skate. Who is going to win this match?
5. She's still about 150 metres from the hole, and this is her 3rd shot. She's really having a bad day. The crowd becomes quiet as she prepares to hit the ball again. And it's a terrible shot. Oh dear, I think the ball is in the river this time. 6.
Smith throws the ball to Jones. Jones runs forward and passes the ball back to Smith. Smith shoots. Yes, it's in the basket. The score is 36-all.
7.
And the Hungarian has asked for an extra 15 kilos on the bar. That's a very heavy weight indeed now, 165 kilos. Can he lift it? Let's see. Oh, no, he can't. I think he's in some pain now. But he's smiling. That's good to see.
8.
Sandra Peters is lying on her board about 100 metres from the beach. Here comes a big wave. She's riding the wave. She's standing up. Oh dear, she fell off her board. She's in the water.
Unit 2, page 19. Language skills. Exercise 1. Listen and check.
Hi, Mike. What are you doing? I'm looking for information for my project on the King of the Mile.
Who?
The King of the Mile. The runner, Hisham El Garouge.
Hisham El Garouge. He was the best athlete in the world.
Yes, he was. They named him Best Athlete in the World in 2001 and in 2002.
Where was he born?
He was born in Berkane, in Morocco in 1974.
So when did he become interested in running?
He saw Saeed Awita win gold at the 1984 Olympics, so he joined an athletics team.
And why do they call him the King of the Mile?
Because he broke the world records for the 1500 metres and the mile.
Not bad. How many Olympic medals did he win?
He won 2 medals, 2 gold medals.
In which events did he win the medals?
In the 1500 and 5000 metre races at the 2004 Olympics.
Wow, that was a fantastic achievement.
Everyday English 2. Teacher's Book, page 104. Talking about the past. Exercise 1. Listen and check.
Hi, Megan. What did you do last weekend?
I went shopping on Saturday.
Really? What did you buy?
Some new trainers.
Cool. What did you do on Sunday?
Nothing much. I did my homework in the morning and took the dog for a walk in the afternoon.
Where did you go?
To the park. What about you? Did you have a good weekend?
It was okay. I watched television on Saturday afternoon. Then I went out with some friends.
Where did you go?
We went for a burger.
What did you do on Sunday?
I played computer games in the morning and visited some relatives in the afternoon.
Who did you visit?
My grandparents.
Everyday English 2. Teacher's Book, page 104. Talking about the past. Exercise 3. Listen to some teenagers talking about their weekends. 1.
Hi, George. What did you do at the weekend?
I played ice hockey on Saturday afternoon. We won 4-3. And then I went to the cinema with some of the other guys from the team.
What did you see?
Troy. It was really good.
What did you do on Sunday?
I stayed in. I listened to the radio and read magazines.
2.
Did you have a good weekend, Linda?
No, not really.
Why? What did you do?
It was my sister's birthday on Saturday, so we went to the beach. But the weather was terrible, and we sat in the car most of the time.
Oh dear. What did you do on Sunday?
I had lots of homework to do. Then I tidied my bedroom.
3.
What did you do at the weekend, Chris? I went out with my friends on Saturday. Where did you go? We went to town and went to some sports shops. Did you buy anything? No, I didn't have enough money. What about Sunday? I went cycling with my brother. We took a picnic and went out into the country.
Literature Corner 1. Page 20. Exercise 2. Read and listen.
The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Buck did not read the newspapers. He did not know the trouble was coming for every big dog in California. Men had found gold in the Yukon, and these men wanted big, strong dogs to work in the cold and snow of the north. Buck lived in Mr. Miller's big house in the sunny Santa Clara Valley. There were large gardens and fields of fruit trees around the house, and a river nearby. In a big place like this, of course, there were many dogs. There were house dogs and farm dogs, but they were not important. Buck was chief dog. He was born here, and this was his place. He was 4 years old and weighed 60 kilos. He went swimming with Mr. Miller's sons and walking with his daughters. He carried the grandchildren on his back, and he sat at Mr. Miller's feet in front of the fire in winter. But this was 1897, and Buck did not know that men and dogs were hurrying to northwest Canada to look for gold. And he did not know that Manuel, one of Mr. Miller's gardeners, needed money for his large family. One day, when Mr. Miller was out, Manuel and Buck left the garden together. It was just an evening walk, Buck thought. No one saw them go, and only one man saw them arrive at the railway station. This man talked to Manuel and gave him some money. Then he tied a piece of rope around Buck's neck. Buck growled and was surprised when the rope was pulled hard around his neck. He jumped at the man. The man caught him, and suddenly Buck was on his back with his tongue out of his mouth. For a few moments he was unable to move, and it was easy for the two men to put him into the train. When Buck woke up, the train was still moving. The man was sitting and watching him, but Buck was too quick for him, and he bit the man's hand hard. Then the rope was pulled again, and Buck had to let go.
Skills Roundup, page 21. Listen. Exercises 1 and 2. Listen to the radio program about the history of the boat race.
The idea for a boat race between the universities of Oxford and Cambridge started with two school friends, Charles Merivale and Charles Wordsworth. Merivale went from school to Cambridge University, and Wordsworth went to Oxford. On the 12th of March 1829, Cambridge sent a note to Oxford and challenged them to a race. The race took place a few weeks later on the River Thames. Oxford won it easily, and a tradition began. By 1856, the race was an annual event. In the 150 years since then, the boat race has provided lots of interesting and exciting moments. 1859 was a bad year for Cambridge. Their boat sank. In 1877, nobody won or lost the race. The result was a dead heat. In other words, both boats finished the race at exactly the same time. However, Oxford believed that they won the race easily, but the referee was asleep and didn't see it. In 1912, both boats sank. The race took place again the next day. In 1938, the boat race was on television for the first time. Not many people watched it, though, because only a few people had TV sets in their homes at that time. 1981 was an interesting year for the boat race for this reason. Sue Brown became the first woman to take part. She was the cox for the Oxford team. 1984 was another bad year for Cambridge. Their boat crashed into another boat before the start of the race. The umpire had to abandon the race for that day while Cambridge prepared another boat. The race took place the next day, and Cambridge lost. 1998 was a more successful year for Cambridge. They won the race and set a new record for the course. 16 minutes and 19 seconds, the fastest time in history.